Happy day, everyone. It's Tampa socialite Michelle Williams, and I'm here at the El Family Heights restaurant on Nebraska Avenue in Tampa, Florida. And I am just so pleased and happy to have my distinguished guests here joining me today on our community panel. We're going to start fastly and swiftly with today's interview because I have Mr. Donn Scott, who's the owner of All City Solutions, who's joining us via satellite telecommunications. Donn, are you with us?
I'm here, Michelle. How are you?
I'm well, thank you, and thank you so much for joining us today. I just want to talk a little bit, Donn, about some of the great things that you've been doing in the city of Tampa and throughout Hillsborough County. As I cited just a few moments ago, you're the owner of All City Solutions, and you've been making headways in the city of Tampa, putting together all of these candidate mixers. And I remember your very first one entitled "Here Comes the Judge," and I'm just like, who is this young man, taking headways with the candidates here running for judicial, Hillsborough County, mayor, superintendent, school board members, House of Representative and state senator, and to come to find out it's you, Donn Scott. So tell me a little bit, Donn, how things have been going for you, and what are your plans next, and what do you have on the agenda for us to look forward to in Tampa?
Well, Michelle, thank you so much for all the accolades. We started this in 2016, right before that guy was in office got in. So we started doing this. It really was just a friend of mine. We did not know who was running for local office. So I reached out to Bishop Scott. Shout out to Bishop Scott. He was the first one that told me, and he's the one that really set this all up for me. We did the first one in 2016 at game time. We started doing more and moving them around the county to get more candidates involved. And it's really for the community to put a name with a face. A lot of times when you go into the voter box, you just see somebody's name, so you don't actually know who that person is, what they look like. And the difference between what my event is, Michelle, versus a political forum. A political forum, you have all your candidates on stage talking at voters, where my mixes are more intimate. So if you have a question for a local politician or an elected official, you can go right up to them and ask them right there in person. It's not that elected official standing on the stage speaking at you, and you don't really have any. You have to raise your hand and ask. You raise your hand, they may never get to you. What do we have coming up? I also do events for nonprofits to try to help out the community and the community at large. So next Thursday at the Puerto Rico Pub, we're going to do a Puerto Rico Relief Mixer where we're asking the community to come out and donate supplies to our friends and family over on the Big Island in Puerto Rico. Don't know how well you probably follow the news, but they just got hit with another earthquake yesterday. I believe on Sunday they got hit with 3, all within 4 hours, a 4-hour time period. The Puerto Rican community really needs our help. So I just wanted to step up and do something for the Puerto Rican community. So we're going to do that next Thursday at 6 o'clock at the London British Heights Pub. The following Thursday, February 13th, we're going to do a blue wave mixer for all the Democratic candidates. And the Democratic candidates that could join us for the Meet the Candidate mixer on January 16th. And then Michelle, we're doing a big Meet the Candidate mixer in Riverview on February 20th. That's open to all the candidates, judicial candidates, Republicans, Democrats. And then we're moving that. That's going to be February 20th. And then we're doing another Meet the Candidates in Plant City on March 19th. So just trying to get the people in Riverview, Plant City, and all over Hillsborough County, as well as Tampa, an opportunity to meet and greet some of these elected officials before they go to the ballot box and cast their vote.
Well, Donn, I definitely thank you so much because, as a constituent here in the city of Tampa and also in Hillsborough County, sometimes it's so difficult to vet these candidates because you have no personal relationship with them. You only see what's on social media. You only see what may come in the mail as a mailer, a flyer, and you only may see a 15-second commercial, and I thank you so much for thinking enough of us, the citizens of Tampa and the residents of Hillsborough County, to put together these mixers because, like I say, you're basically the talk of the town. So kudos to Mr. Donn Scott this afternoon. Now, also joining me here in the studio this afternoon is Mr. Corey Curry. Corey, you are a CEO of the agency group, and you're the one of the general managers at L Heights, and you are the father of 4. But you yourself, you've been one of the coordinators of many judicial candidate mixers throughout the city of Tampa also. And I'm hearing great things that you've joined with collaboration with Mr. Donn Scott. And tell us a little bit more about your role in all of this.
Well, thank you, Michelle, and the whole team for having me on today. Me and Don have known each other. I was one of the first people he met in the city. We had a mutual friend from Philadelphia, and he told him, you got to go see Corey. And me and Don hit it off right away. Went a long time without even doing anything, just stayed cool. And then I got the opportunity to come to L Heights, and he was one of the first people I called and said, hey, I have a beautiful venue, great food, why don't you come and do some events together? And he said, hey, I got something coming up. And then that turned into 4 different events that we have coming up.
Oh, this is awesome. You know, I was able to attend the first event that you all had here.
Awesome. It was really
and
nice.
I was like, when I walked in, it was like literally wall to wall. And I'm just like, I'm looking at all the candidates when I walk in, and I'm just like, wow, now this is it. This is it. And you know what, I felt that as a constituent, and I just felt it was more personal versus, you know, me standing to a microphone or a podium asking them questions.
Right.
You know, it was exchange of business card, handshakes, photo opportunities. That was more personal. And this, you know, you can tell a lot by a person's energy, and you can tell a lot by a person's handshake.
Absolutely.
So I want to thank you and Don for
appreciate
doing this for us in the community. I mean, we have a panel today. We absolutely have a great panel.
Yeah,
so
I feel special.
Yes, and joining me to my left, I have Mr. Jose Vazquez. He is the head of the Hillsborough County Caribbean Democratic Caucus, and he's also one of the volunteers. Now, Linda, I need for you to help me with this because I don't want to chop it up. I don't want to chop this one up, Linda. Boricuas de Corazon Inc.
You did it.
I'm gonna get it.
You got it. Let me say it again. Boricuas de Corazon Inc.
See, I need that roll in my tongue. That's what.
But you did it good.
Thank you.
We call BDC, so it's easier for you. A lot of people are saying, how do you can shorten that? And so you can say BDC. A lot of people
BDC.
recognize
Okay,
yeah.
great.
Mm-hmm.
And so, Jose, you're the safety coordinator with BDC, but I'm stuck on your title because I've never met someone who thought enough of the Caribbean islanders to, like, I literally feel like I'm gonna tear up because I'm Haitian. And so I never had anybody to, you know, get out and want to represent us and make sure that we're as educated as everyone else, as natural born citizens in the U.S. So this is great, and I thank you so much for doing this. And I really want to, after this event, I want to see where we can collaborate so I can bring in more islanders, because, you know, we have registered voters that are here. They've gained their citizenships and they've gained their voting rights here in the U.S. And so this just means a lot that we have someone, you know what I'm saying, I'm honored to be sitting, you know what I'm saying, next to you, and, you know, with our coordinator in a meeting today, you know, it's from criminal defense attorney Haiti Preza, and I just thank her so much for allowing this to happen. So tell me more about your role and what you're doing, and what we have up and coming is our Puerto Rican Relief fundraiser that we have. So go ahead, the floor is yours. I'm just like, let me just get myself together.
First of all, thank you for the invitation. Like you already say, I have multiple hats on this community. For what you say about I'm the president of the Hillsborough County Caribbean Caucus, and I'm doing this because since my first day I arrived to the state of Florida back in 2000, I'm being involved, deal with a lot of minority communities. And when we're talking about the minority community, we're talking about, we got Jamaicans in Tampa, we got people from Haiti, we are working with the Afro-American community, but we are working with the Africans, believe it or not, you know, back on the days. So, you know, it's a lot of people who don't understand the function of diversity of different cultures. You know, we got in the city of Tampa. Why? Because we never had the time to sit down and appreciate what we got around, because we always in the rush of get up in the morning, put the kids on the bus, go to work, come back home, pay the bills. But really, we got so many minority groups, and I hope this minority group on the political way can function. All these people who want to do something, get educated, and participate on the political process. Now, on my other hats, I came from family who are volunteers, search and rescue in Puerto Rico. I got my 239 hours and etc. I can tell you all the degrees I got and certificates. And I'm here because I'm blessed when I meet Miss Linda Perez, because she's the president of Boricuas de Corazon Inc. And this is a non-profit who are at the beginning was focused on support families, Puerto Rican families in the city of Tampa and Hillsborough County. Now, after everybody knows the situation, of course, I'm one of the volunteers. I'm one of the safety coordinators. We got plenty different roles on depending on the type of disasters. We're here today. We got a new disaster in Puerto Rico, and Linda, as our president, she can give you more details about what's the plan of action, like that we can help the Puerto Ricans, and not only the Puerto Ricans, because disaster no see color, gender, stuff like that. You know, we want to be prepared and help the community or whatever person who is in need. So,
well, I definitely thank you so much for joining us on today's panel. And let me tell you something. I'm about to introduce a fireball, a fire starter, Miss Linda Perez. Miss Linda Perez, honey, I just sitting down. You know, they always say if you want to get to know a person, you sit down and you fellowship with them and you break bread, and God and our ancestors will reveal everything about them. And everything just in that short 30 minutes that I was able to spend with you downstairs before we're upstairs doing this interview showed me nothing but everything of Christ-like. And I'm so happy. I'm so happy and thrilled to introduce Miss Linda Perez, the president of Boricuas de Corazon Inc.
You say it, Boricuas, no Boricuas. If you say O, it's gonna be like gentlemen.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah, so Boricuas is our nickname to say that we are Puerto Rican.
Oh.
So that's what it is. We're coming from Borinquen, so Boricuas is gonna be that nickname for us. And de Corazon is mean from our heart. So we also have not only Boricuas in our group, we have everyone that feel that their heart are with the Boricua people, with all the Puerto Rican, and we have a lot of people from Haiti, from Panama, from Venezuela, Cuban, and a lot of other people from Santo Domingo that also living in Puerto Rico. So it's not only Boricuas itself, but the group started with Boricuas because being hit by Hurricane Maria, but we already went through Guatemala to helping people in Guatemala for the volcano. We went to Mexico for the earthquake, and we went through Haiti. We given some relief to them also in the earthquake, and Panhandle. Now we finalized and recently in Bahamas, and then a new disaster occurred, and now it's in Puerto Rico once again.
Linda, downstairs I was able to be educated. You have raised millions of dollars through this organization, through this foundation, with great relief for residents who have been impacted by the natural disasters. You know, I think you just like a personal FEMA.
A lot of people call me after FEMA, call Linda.
You are doing a great job.
We say we don't need money. What we need is supplies to bring into the correct people, to the correct hands,
right,
to make sure that the government is doing a side, but you need to make sure that the people that need that assistance get their assistance on their hands, you know, hand through hand. You know, most of the time the political weight of the government is taking place, and we don't want it that this, especially Puerto Rico right now, governmental situation that has been happening, miscross with the help that we are providing to Puerto Rico. So we created what we call a coalition of a lot of Florida non-profit organization, and right now we are in 26 non-profit organization. We get it directly in Puerto Rico, and we are assisting Puerto Rico in the the camps directly, Ponce, Jayuya, all the places, and I could say all the area that is on the south area, Guanica, Guayanilla, Lares, Lajas, a lot of town. Right now it's 18 towns right now in the disaster, and we are doing hand to hand. We go there, we serve into them, we make sure that they're accomplished with their needs, and then we moving forward to the next camp. And we've been there for 10 days. I recently came on the 24th. I had to recently going back probably the first week of February, and I need a lot of the hands that we have it in Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay helping us. We are a community of faith. We are a community of helper, volunteers, a lot of first responder. And if we did it for other countries, why we don't do it for our U.S. citizen?
So we have Mr. Donn Scott of All City Solutions. He's actually putting together a Puerto Rican relief fundraiser right here at the L Heights. Corey, when is the date again?
It's February 6th.
February the 6th. So we need for you all to join us. Linda, you need to tell us how we can get in contact with you. Please tell us what supplies that you all mainly need, because I know, you know what I'm saying, I ain't as big as you. I'm thriving to be as big as you. But I do have a little voice in Tampa, and we can raise some products to bring that night.
Well, most of the items we are going to be providing you in a paper, write it down to let you know what we are going to be need on February the 6th. I think so we start at 6 p.m.
Yes.
At 6 p.m. and also donation, because people don't understand that the items are good, but we need also to fly that items to Puerto Rico, and there's no other way that we can fly right now. Understanding with the earthquake, we cannot be able to put some shipment right away to Puerto Rico. It's the wave and everything is no secure. We don't want to have it more failure than
lose your cargo. You can lose the cargo.
And being a failure activity, mission when we can be able to do the right way. So we already have open cargo area in here in Tampa Bay. We already opened the cargo airport in Arecibo, Puerto Rico. We open a warehouse in Arecibo, Puerto Rico. We also have a assistant line for anyone that feel that are not secure, or anyone in Tampa Bay that want to get in touch with their family there. We are helping them as well. I want to provide it. That number is 1-877-354-0810, and it's option number 4. Okay, when you call that number, they're gonna be asking you if you need any assistance, or if you are one of the victims that are in Puerto Rico. If someone that is in Puerto Rico, they're asking their name, what camp they are, how many people are in that area, and what are their needs. And then we give it an estimated time that we can be able to supply all that for them. So is anyone in here in Florida, just only tell us the information that we are going to be asking you, so we can be able to get it in touch with your family there. And as well, we can be able to picture out, something by WhatsApp or any other media that we can be able to get it in connection. And that's going to be part of that. We open, and the only account that we open is with one of the nonprofit organization is collecting the funds. Is JJ Lion Foundation. It's JJ Lion Foundation, and they're in Bank of America, account ending in 6173. And we have a PayPal also as well. It's PayPal me number 2 at JJ Lion Guard. So that's the only authorized account that we have right now for this event and for everything. So anybody telling you about anything different, it's not gonna be us.
Well, I want to thank everyone for viewing this video once it's released, for joining me today. I'm Tampa socialite Michelle Williams, and we had our special guest, Mr. Donn Scott, the owner and founder and CEO of All City Solution, Mr. Curry, one of the general managers at L Heights, Mr. Jose Vazquez of the the Caribbean Democratic Caucus, and also Ms. Linda Perez, my new dear friend
from BDC.
Thank you, Linda. You spared me. And I want to thank also Criminal Defense Haiti Oda-Presa, and I also want to thank Will for being here. I'm sorry? Quiones. Will Quiones of the L Heights. Thank you so much for having us, and the food was phenomenal. If you all want to try the shepherd's pie, please come to L Heights. And the burger. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Wow.